Hey guys, how you doing? What's up? This is Craig Smith with the Craig Trader Show. Thank you for tuning in again, and we just welcome you all. Thank you all for continuing to subscribe, to like, to watch the videos, to share them with others. I'm going to ask you all before we get started to continue to do that. Just continue to hit that thumbs up button, subscribe, share with others, let others know about the channel and how it's helping you, it's educating you, giving you information. I'm not a financial advisor. I am a stock investor and trader, and I think I'm pretty successful at it, pretty good at it, with about a 80% win rate or more. And so we've been doing really well. And of course, in an up market, it's easier to win in an up market, and when things are trending upward. But also, as part of this, I'm not just here to entertain, but to also educate, to inform, to inspire. Some of you all are starting with a small amount of money, medium size amount, large amount, whatever you have. You're coming from different backgrounds, different education, different work experience, a different investing experience. I'm just asking you all to come along with me on this journey as we journey toward getting richer. I know there's a lot of challenges out there, and they have the 100K challenge, the 10K challenge, things like that. How about we just do a let's get richer challenge? How about that? I think everybody can do that. Not everybody's going to do 100K this year, 10K this year. Not everybody's going to do 1,000% return and get in on the Reddit revolution as it first takes off and all this kind of stuff. But we can, if we educate ourselves, stay focused, pick some great stocks, we can get richer every week, week by week, month by month, and year by year. So therefore we can add to our net worth, we can add to our wealth, add to our legacy for our families. And that's what I feel I'm here for, is to help with that process. And I know some of you will help and inspire me also. So I thank you all for that. I thank you guys for the comments, for reaching out to me through the email, various things, the Facebook page, things like that. Continue to keep on going and growing, and we're going to do this together. Before we get started, it is February the 14th, Valentine's Day, Sunday. So happy Valentine's Day to you guys out there, to all the lovely people and lovely ladies. Happy Valentine's Day. And remember that don't just love your loved ones, but try to put some more love in the world for everyone. So we all need that. We need more love, more compassion in this world with all that's going on with pandemic, with violence, racism, all these crazy things going on. But we need to get cohesive, come together, respect one another, love one another, and we can make the world a better place together. How about that? Now, before we get started, I just wanted to also mention that as we going on further into this bull market we're having, as I said earlier, nothing goes straight up or in a line straight up. It usually has pullbacks. We've had some pullbacks lately, and what I've noticed from comments from different people is that, why is the market pulling back? Why are the stocks pulling back? Well, some of you all are new to this game, new to the investment community, and you have to understand that nothing just goes up in a straight line. That's normal. It has to have pullbacks. It has to correct itself. And even in our general market, you can hear the experts even calling for a major correction. No one can really tell you when that's going to happen. I can't tell you when it's going to exactly happen. I think that we're going to have a pullback probably within the next 2 to 3 months. Could be major. But what I can share with you in this video is how to kind of hedge yourself and protect yourself on the downside from major pullbacks. And I shared a ticker symbol with you last week called SDOW, SDOW. That it shorts the Dow index. So what I've been doing in my portfolio is adding SDOW into it and silver derivative SLV. I've been adding that into my portfolio to kind of help with any downside that might be coming up, and it kind of helps for you to not have as much of a loss if the market starts correcting. And I'm adding that in my portfolio up to about 10% of my portfolio right now, just as a safeguard. Also, what you can do to help with the downside, if there is any, and stocks, I noticed that many people ride these stocks way up, and then when they correct and start coming down, they don't get out fast enough, or they ride it all the way down. They're asking questions to other people on these investment group pages and things like that. When should I get out? Should I keep holding? It's never, I want to share this with you as an investor, as a successful investor. It's never wrong to take profits, and that's what I shared with another guy and a lady this week. It's never wrong to take profits. Sure, maybe I can pull out with a 30% profit. Maybe the stock keeps going up after I pull out. The main thing is you have to set a goal and objective and stick to it. Have some discipline. If you're looking for 25% return, 50% return, 100% return, once it hits your target, it's time to get out of it and not worry about what the upside might be, because more than likely that stock's going to correct, come back down, and give you a chance to get back into it anyway and ride it back up again. But you never know what's going to happen from day to day with these stocks, with the market, what kind of news might come out. And you can end up risking your profit that you could take today, thinking it's going to be bigger tomorrow, when actually some news might come out, knock the stock back down. You miss your profit margin, you're in the negative. Now you got to wait and hold it till it comes back up again. So it's never wrong to pull profits. When you have a profit margin and you're at a profit level, and you're at your target or above your target, pull the profit. You can always go back into the stock later. You can go back in tomorrow if you want. If you're trading on an investment level, I always set on a long-term basis stocks that I'm investing in on long term. I set a 20 to 25% stop loss on things that I'm holding in my portfolio for long-term investment. So that way, say the stock travels up 100% or doubles over a year, and then you have a pullback of 10%, 15%. Well, that's not a big deal because you're up 100%. But if it starts falling and it triggers that 20 to 25%, I prefer to get out at that time and see what else is going to happen to the stock. If it continues to fall, then I'm out with a 75% profit. If it doesn't and it starts bouncing and going back up again, or hits a low, starts going back up, well, you can still buy back in again. So that's not a big deal. It's just to be able to have control of your portfolio, have control over your wealth, and to limit your losses. One of the top things to remember about investing is risk management. And I noticed that a lot of these people that are investing these days, they know nothing about risk management. All they know is boom, 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 it's going to the moon and all of this kind of stuff. Everything's going to the moon, to the moon, to the moon. Well, they're hoping it goes to the moon. And of course, if a lot of investors rush in on the same stock, they can help shoot it toward the moon, but we don't know what's going to happen with this stuff. And so you have to put safeguards in place, put education in your portfolio, your mental portfolio, put education in there, put safeguards, discipline. You have to have targets and investment goals and things like that. You just can't go willy-nilly and just keep jumping into stuff just because somebody else is doing it. You have to have a plan. When you have a good plan, work that plan, you're going to come out better, short-term and long-term, much better than a person who doesn't have a plan and they're just jumping off of somebody's recommendations. And it's okay if you got somebody who's good, gives recommendations, fine. The stocks that I've been given on our channel here at CRAIGTRADER have been doing excellent. And those of you that have been following my work, you know it speaks for itself. Week by week, I tell you what it's doing, how much it's doing. You can look at the prices yourself. You can research what I'm telling you yourself, and you'll see that we've been doing absolutely great. Getting into that now, just to give you a short report on crypto. So, crypto market has been going very good. Bitcoin has been gaining a lot of traction because of mainstream banks, hedge funds buying into Bitcoin. You've got these billionaire investors that are now warming up to Bitcoin. That makes it more popular. That gives it more traction. I suspect Bitcoin is going to, myself personally, I think it's going to at least double this year, at least. Could be a triple. Who knows? It could be more. But I think personally, it's probably going to double at least this year. So Bitcoin this past week is up 20% at 46,680. Ethereum or ETH is up 6% this week. Dogecoin, which is very popular among the Robinhood crowd, is down 24% this week. I think it's going to probably be all right over time, because they just got some diehard fans that are into this coin, and it's cheap, and people like to get in and trade it. They are getting behind it. You've got even, I guess, the Reddit people that are into it and things like that, or Wall Street bets. So that's great. It's just that when you have an investment, and I'm not saying not to take some risk, it's okay to try smaller, riskier investments if you can afford to do that. If you have a small portion of your portfolio and some risky bets, some of them can pay off real big. Some may go to zero, but you got to make it and plan it and make a risk management in your portfolio where whatever happens, it can't really hurt you. And so that's what you got to remember with that. Now, some of the stocks that I've been recommending, or what I've been investing in, and if you come along the journey with me, you'll see what's been happening. Have been doing great. Some things that are in my portfolio. We talked about Riot blockchain, RIOT. Riot over the past week went crazy, and so blockchain, of course, dealing with the cryptocurrencies and the electronic transaction. It went up 76% this past week, which is insane, phenomenal. I think Riot is going to do very well over time. I'm continuing to have that as a long-term hold in my portfolio. Fuel Cell Technologies, F-Cell, is up 8.7% this week. Jamia Technologies, JMIA, is up 0.89%. GE is up 1.92%. These are long-term holds that I've been giving you. In the cannabis section, which we know, and I'll call it the cannabis collapse, because the investors ran cannabis, the cannabis and pot stocks up so high over the last couple of weeks or so that they just took off. And then there was a major correction. They pulled out of, I think, Tilray and other cannabis stocks kind of collapsed. They're going to be all right, I believe, over time, because you got legislation. The government is going to ultimately, I believe the government is going to pass the legalization of marijuana, especially medical marijuana, and it's just going to be a boom to the whole industry. Some of the stocks that I've been into and that I've mentioned on this channel is POTX, P-O-T-X. That's up 5.57% this week, even though there was a pullback or the great cannabis collapse so far. Tilray is up 12.65% this week. Now that's up, even though Tilray had soared as high as, over the last month, 138%. And then came back down. I think a couple of weeks to a month, it went up as high as 138%, came back down, started going up again. So it's up 12.65%, which is great. American Green, one of my picks that I talk about that I've been investing in my portfolio, is very cheap. You can buy a lot of it. It's a legitimate company, and it's growing. It's not growing as fast as some of the other ones as far as stock price wise, but it's very cheap, and you can get in and just invest in this thing over the long term. I think it's going to do very, very, very well. You don't hear anybody else talking about this. I'll type this on my social media pages and things like that. ERBB is the symbol. ERBB, American Green. It's up 219% over the past month. It's up 35% over the past week. Now, also what I noticed, some of you guys have been asking about investing in some of these over-the-counter stocks and you can't get it on Robinhood and things like that, well, some of those kind of stocks are not traded on Robinhood or not handled by them. So you do have to go to some of the other mainstream brokers like TD Ameritrade, Fidelity, E-Trade. I have some links to E-Trade if you want to open up an E-Trade account in the description and links below. If you are just getting into this or want a Robinhood account, a Stash account, I have links for those also. All of these different platforms are good for different reasons, and there's some that are better overall for what you might want to achieve. And so I think you just need to take advantage of it. I always suggest that a person has at least 2 brokerage accounts. So you may have started one and have it for whatever reason. One thing I like about the Robinhood account, I think it tracks, it shows you the graph pretty simply and easily if you want to track the direction of how stocks have been going or what it's done over the day, what it's doing now, what it's done over the past week, the past month, that sort of thing. And it's kind of like a on time or in time system that helps you manage that. And so I like that. And then I've had E-Trade for a long time, so I love the platform in terms of investing in stocks, options. It's very good. You can get representative on the phone or on chat usually, unless there's some high volume for some reason, which lately, the brokerage companies have been having high volume because some people have been running from Robinhood and over into other brokerage firms. So you got to do what's best for you. You got to do what you feel comfortable with. But all of the different brokerages have an advantage or some advantage. The older, more subtle brokerage firms, like I said, like an E-Trade, a TD Ameritrade, Fidelity, they seem to be able to have you to be able to buy a lot of stocks that you won't find on some of these other platforms like Robinhood. Some of these over-the-counter stocks are listed on those platforms, so keep that in mind. Also, I want you guys also that are not on my free email newsletter and can communicate with me by email is to go to CRAIGTRADER.com, and there's a section in there where it says you can subscribe to the free email newsletter. Well, just go on and drop your email address in there, and I'll be able to keep you up to date of what I'm doing throughout the week too. Any kind of market reports, stock reports, any changes to my portfolio that I may do before I do the next video. Anything that I'm investing in that I may want to mention to my subscribers before I even do the next video, then I'll list those in the email newsletter that I shoot out to everybody. So drop that. It's free. I'm doing all of this absolutely free. Tell people about it, that hey, if you tune in, you can follow this journey, you can build your wealth, you can get richer, and you're not being charged $20, $30, $40, $50 a month to do this. You're not following somebody's suggestions who is a novice or a newbie and maybe don't know what they're really doing. They're following other people, that kind of thing. I do hours and hours and hours of research daily, weekly. I kind of eat, drink, and breathe this stuff. I love the markets. I love stocks. I love what I'm doing. And even if you're in it on a part-time basis, then I'm doing a lot of the research. And of course, I always ask people and suggest you do your own research and do your due diligence before investing. But as I said, you'll see from week to week, and those of you that have been following my work know that it speaks for itself. We've been doing tremendous. We've been crushing this market. And if I have anything to do with it, we're going to continue to do that. So those are some of the stocks that are in my portfolio that we've been doing really great on and plan to continue to do great. As you know, on these videos, I also give you stocks, other stocks that I'm investing in or new stocks that I'm starting to invest in. I have 2 that I invested in this past Friday. The market won't be open this coming up Monday because of President's Day. But Tuesday morning when the market opens up, I'm going to be investing in some other things. And I will shoot an email out to those of you that are on my email list for the newsletter, free newsletter of what I'm investing in. But also, I'm going to do a separate video for those of you. Some people wrote me and talked about penny stocks. That what kind of penny stocks should they get into? Well, penny stocks. I do have some penny stocks in my portfolio, and I can give you a list or certain ones that I think have been doing good, and I know they've been doing good for me, and I think that may be pretty good for me to hold and for you to hold going forward. As I said, I'm not a financial advisor. I'm just one friend to another telling you what I invest in, and that has been successful for me. And if you want to follow the journey, that's fine also. So we'll continue with that. But I have three stocks that I invested in this past Friday. I'm very aware that the EV or the electronic vehicle market is heating up. Electronic cars, this is going to be the wave of the future. And so lithium is the main mineral metal that they use in these electronic batteries or electric batteries. And two companies really stand out. There is a third ETF, LIT, that I used to invest in, but I think these companies or stocks will go a lot faster. And so the companies, one is Lithium America, the other one is Livent Corporation, and Electromedica Vehicles, or it's a electric vehicle company that I think is going to go. The stock is going to travel even better and faster than some of the other EV companies like Tesla or NIO, and that's stock symbol SOLO. So the stock symbols that I'm continuing to invest in on a long-term basis is LAC, LTHM, and SOLO, SOLO. So I'm very excited about those particular companies. They've been doing well. The stock has been doing well. I went into some of them earlier, like Wednesday, Thursday. The stock has been traveling up. I'm doing some option trades on them, which I'll also do a video. The next video I'll probably, for the option traders, let you know what month and strike price that I've done. When it comes to option trading, I usually like to go out at least 30 days out. I'll look at the volume of a particular price, and I may choose a close price that's just maybe a little bit out of the money. It depends, maybe a little bit out of the money. Hardly ever at the money, but I'll go a little bit out, and usually more than a month out, month and a half out on the date, and that's worked out pretty well for me. And so any type of way that I can help, I'm just here for you. Please like, subscribe, share the video, let others know about it. We want to get this viewership up. We want to get the subscriber base up, because we want more people learning and knowing about the stock market. They're missing out. I've got friends that are saying, oh, I want to get into the stock market, and they're having trouble opening a brokerage account. And some don't have a bank account where they can link up to get the brokerage account. Come on, people, we got to get this together. Week by week, these people are losing money, because as our portfolios are growing 5, 10, 15, 20% per week, per month, they're losing out on money. They have money sitting on the sidelines, 1,000, 2,000, 3,000, 10,000. And even if we just take a hypothetical situation of what this Riot stock did, 76%. Come on. If they had just put that 10,000 or 1,000 in Riot, say they put the 1,000 in Riot, they would have made $760 in 1 week. That's more than what many people make in a week, and they would have made that off of $1,000 investment. And so the stock market, to me, is the greatest way to create wealth, the greatest way to get in, make money right now, right today, or tomorrow. You don't have to invest in rent, space, and capital, investment in products, and all this kind of stuff. You just put your money in, put it in the right place, let it grow. You can work on your other side businesses and side hustles and things like that. But as for me, I'm a full-time stock investor and trader. I love it. I can put my money in and out at any time. I can invest it in something else. If something's not working, I pull it out go into something else that's trending upward. And so it's exciting. It's great. I love it. It's providing a good living for me, and I want to help others get into it also, because it wasn't always that way. I've had to hustle. I've had to do extra things, side gigs, and things like that to help bring in money. But I worked my way up to a point where I don't have to do that anymore. And so I want to help people, if that's your desire and your goal, to be able to do that and work from home and not have to be out here with the pandemic and putting yourself at risk in jobs where you could possibly catch this COVID and things like that, then I think that's better for you and your family. And I'm here to help whatever way I can. So I appreciate that. Appreciate your time. Thanks for tuning in. Before you go, once again, hit that like button, smash it, hit the notification bell too. Also, there's a link off to the side where you have to hit it, and then hit the notification bell so that you're notified of any upcoming videos that I'm doing. And remember, before we go, you can't win the game if you're not in the game. So get in the game, play to win, stay blessed, stay focused, stay positive. See you soon.